So hello guys, welcome back to the Catia course. So till the last video we covered the grid and snap grid option, construction geometry, profile, line, arcs and circles, and predefined profiles. So also we have seen it but not used the geometrical constraint, dimension constraint defined dialog box. So all these things are covered. Talking about modifying the dimension, sketching plane, sketch solving status, operation toolbar. All these three things that are not covered in the previous video, so we'll cover all these three in this video. So without wasting time, let's start it. The first one is modifying the dimension after sketch. So for example, this means you already completed a 3D model and want to modify the dimensions. So what you do, so I'll show you how to do that. So for example, I'm opening one sketch like this. So now for example, I have to make this hole bigger. So what I have to do, so expand the tree first, or else what you can do is directly click on the double click on the entity. So from here you can see the how I have given the 3D feature. So in order to make the changes in 2D, so you have to select this option. See, so here it is showing the diameter of that hole. So double click, make it as 25, enter. So here is the key to exit from this workbench. So whenever you are entering into the sketcher workbench, so after completing the sketcher you need to get out of this. So this is a like a door. So exit workbench and sketch options are like two ways, so for entering and exiting from the sketcher workbench. So click on the exit, see, click on preview, see it is giving the, it is started giving the hole. So this is how you can modify the dimensions. This is how you can modify the dimensions after completing the sketch. So simply double clicking on the sketch, you can edit the sketch option. And if you want to edit the 3D feature, double click on the 3D feature that you can edit. That's it. That's it for this modifying the dimension. And talking about sketch solving status. So in the previous video I explained about green sketch, white sketch, right? So that is what all about that is what all about sketch solving status. So whenever you get into the sketch, so this may be extra sketch, so delete that, so that is not real. So click on the sketch, double click on the sketch to edit. So here you can see my sketch is fully defined, so that's why it is in the green color. And if you want to check it, see, here is the option called ISO constraint. So but when you forgot to give the dimension, it will be in white color and your sketch solving status will show as under constraint. So under constraint means it is not good enough to make a 3D model. So when it is 3D model means it is good enough to make it into 3D model. So my suggestion is always keep the sketch in green color only. That means you have to constrain the sketch at any cost. So that is all about sketch solving status. The last one is operation toolbar. So this one, so this is that operation toolbar. So this is not the sketch. To explain it better, this is not the sketch. This is not a good sketch. So let me make a one sketch. Click on the start, mechanical design, part design, click on OK. Entering into the sketcher option, sketch and a plane. So this is about the operation toolbar. So we'll try to understand these features. So fillet, so sometimes it is also corner. So fillet and chamfer option. For example, let me use a predefined profile. So if I extrude it, if I give it 3D comments, what will happen? It will give the sharp edges. So in order to prevent that, I can give the these two options. So click on the corner option, select these two entities. See, it will give the round edge. And if you click on the chamfer, select the two entities, so here you can see the flat option. So this is the difference between the flat fillet and the chamfer options. And for example, so these are for industrial purpose. So whenever there is a sharp edges, so industrial won't maintain a sharp edges. For those you can use the chamfer and fillet options. And talking about more features, let me create a one line. See, the first one is trim or extension. So here the trim option is there, the first one. Most of the cases we use this trim as an extension purpose, so you can use the trim also. So I want to trim this line with respect to this line. See, this is trimmed, and I want to extend this line with respect to this. What I have to do is select this line, trim option, and select the extension option, select this line and extend it up to this entity. That's it. That's how the trim or extension commands will work. And talking about a break option, sometimes what will happen, you need to keep this side, but you want to break this line into two segments. So in that case you can use the break option, and you want to break this line with respect to this line. See, now the entire line is selecting into two segments. That's how the break tool will work. And talking about the trim option, it is generally so for trimming the line. That's it. Then talking about the mirror option, so you need a mirror plane for that. So go select this line, select the mirror tool, and select the entities that you want to mirror, and then select a mirror axis. That's it. That's how you can use the mirror tool. And here the translate feature is there, which you can use as a copy and moving the entities. Select it and move the entity. Select the entities that you want to move, specify point and drag it. This is how you can move this. And if you want to, sorry, you have copied this. If you want to move, then you have to untick this option. See, this is how the translate, move and copy option will work in Catia. I'm talking about rotate. So sometimes I want to rotate this about this point, so at a degree of 90. See, it is given a copy of my rotation. And if you don't want the copy, you want to move this in a rotation way, you have to untick this option, specify angle 90, enter. That's it. That's how the rotation tool will works. Talking about scale, so I want to increase this size without it affecting any dimensions. What I have to do is selecting all the entities and selecting on base point, and here you can see the 2 I'm giving. That means it is doubling its size. Similarly, if you enable the duplicate option, it will move, or else it will give you a copy. That's how the scale tool will work. And obviously offset tool will be very useful when drawing. So I want to have one offset line at a distance. See, it is coming on one side only. If you want to both sides, you can turn it from here. See, so the distance you have to give here. So by pressing the tab key 3 times, you can get entered into the offset tool and press the value, enter. That's it. That's how you can use the offset tool. I'm talking about these projections. So these are not these are also 2D features, but these are used to extract the edges of 3D models. So for that you need a 3D model. That's why I'm not explaining these videos now. So but don't worry, in our upcoming videos we will cover these projection options all. So that's it all about the sketcher workbench. So from the next video onwards, we'll directly start modeling into the start getting into the modeling. So if you are enjoying with our content, so please do subscribe to our channel.